Hello, everyone, and welcome to our show, Exploring the Academic Discovery Program. I am your host, Anya Broomer, and I am the Assistant Director for Student Success of our Academic Discovery Program here at LaSalle. Academic Discovery Program, short for ADP, is a scholarship opportunity program for first-generation college students who are coming here for their full 4 years at the university. We support our students financially, academically, and emotionally. We support freshmen through seniors who come through our Philadelphia region, and we meet with them on an occasional basis to make sure that they have an academic success plan to be successful in their time here at LaSalle University. I have a few current students here with us who are going to talk to you about their experience with our Academic Discovery Program. I have here Ohud Abdel Aziz, I have Yusid Adidarin, and Hamadou Samasa here with us. And we're going to get started by asking them a few questions about their experience with the Academic Discovery Program. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us today. So I want to start off by asking you all, how were you introduced to ADP at LaSalle University?
I guess I could start. I was introduced about ADP through a family friend. She actually goes to LaSalle, and she said that I should apply to the program because it offers really good financial support throughout the 4 years. So I decided to go for it, and I applied, and that's how I found out about ADP.
Awesome.
So mine was a little bit different. My counselor from high school actually told me about the program. I never heard of it, but once I did my interview, stuff like that, I guess I like what I heard, and especially being the first from your family to go to college. So that's something I wanted to do. So I decided to join the program.
Awesome.
Through the college process, I saw the email in my inbox that was from the program actually, and when I saw the email, since my older sister went here, she told me about the program and all of the benefits of it and why I should do it. At first, I wasn't really willing to do it, but then when she really told me and when I had the interview, it really convinced me to join the program.
Awesome. Thank you all for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you all also applied to other schools as well. So out of all the schools, why did you choose to participate in ADP at LaSalle compared to other programs you got accepted to?
For me, personally, when I met with the director and the assistant director of ADP, I knew that I was going to get the support that I needed, especially coming from a first generation. So I knew I was going to get the help that I needed, and they were able to work me through the process of the financial aid. They were able to help me with, applying to registering for classes, and I was really able to understand how the college life worked before even starting, and that's something that I did need, because again, I was first generation, so there wasn't someone I could go to. But when I spoke to them, they were really able to aid me with that.
Awesome. Thank you.
I think going off of what Ohud said, even though I did have family members that attended LaSalle, I think just having the inside help of the ADP was like a big factor of why I chose LaSalle and why I chose to join the ADP program, especially when they were telling me how you guys helped us throughout the whole 4 years of our education struggles emotionally and financially. I think that was just a really big part of why I chose LaSalle and the ADP.
Awesome. Thank you.
Same thing. It was the staff and what the program had to offer, financial, emotional. I was scared to start college at first because I did start during the pandemic. But at the beginning of my process of accepting the offer, how the staff was talking to me, the stuff they told me about, their offer. So from there, I realized, this would be a good fit for me, especially, how I was scared. They can help me emotionally, financially. That's what made me accept the program. So.
Awesome. Great. So I do realize that during the pandemic, you guys all came in different parts of it. Ohud, you came in right before the pandemic hit. You said you were here during the pandemic, virtually, and then Hamadou, you came in right afterwards, and we all returned to campus. So how do you feel that COVID-19 pandemic impacted your journey?
So I say it was hard. It was different since I've been going to school. It's really a different time. But The ADP summer break, I say it prepared me for college, give me another insight of what online school looked like. I had a lot of help. You know, I did a lot of stuff bad with the, that transition, but they was there to help me with everything I needed, and they actually prepared me for in person. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, my experience was similar. Even though I had a first semester was going through school, and then half the way through the semester it was online. It was a big transition, and it was really difficult, but even everyone, while everyone was adjusting, ADP still was reaching out and like making sure we had everything we needed at home. Even like they offered us like financial help. They even asked us, if we need to meet Zoom, we can meet. If there's anything that we're going through mental health wise, because I know a lot of people, it did take a toll on their mental health being at home or doing school at home. ADP still, reached out to us and made sure that we had everything we needed, and they provided us with anything that we were lacking for our, doing it online during COVID. So,
Great, great.
yeah.
I think that for me, it was a little bit more different because COVID-19 happened during about my 11th grade year, so I was adapted to it already, and I already had a feel of what was going to happen. But going into college, I think the biggest toll was probably the emotional part of it and just having people help you in your corner. And I think that's probably what was the best thing about the ADP, where I was helped through emotionally and how the staff supported me.
Excellent, thank you. So you all kind of alluded to your summer bridge experience already, so I want you guys to talk about that a little more. So how would you say your ADP summer bridge experience was, and how did it help you transition into LaSalle University?
I think at first, when I was first introduced to the summer bridge program, it was an absolute no for me. I was just like, no, I don't want to do this. But once I started the program, I seen why the program was there and what was the benefits of it. Like just giving you the extra step into college and getting started earlier than everybody helps you just adapt to everything faster than everyone else, especially going into your first semester. A lot of my peers were struggling with things that I was already used to, and I think it really helped me.
Awesome.
going off of that, it was helpful. At first I didn't want to do it at all because it's the summer. So the different classes we took, it gave us a different insight of what college is about. Well, no, what college, the expectation for college, what it is. The staff was able to help us with, just add this on, do this, change this about it, and we got to meet new people that translate into like when I first started my in-person classes, I started seeing like the faces from the ADP summer break. From there, it was easy for me to kind of gather like a study group, stuff like that. I'm still connect with some of the people I met during that summer break, and we still kind of like studying together and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I agree with both of them. My summer bridge experience was tough. I mean, the academic work was hard because it was very different. But as it went on, I mean, like throughout the weeks, we still, got the support we needed. But we also made friends like during the program. I know I'm a commuter, so commuters definitely struggle a little bit making friends on campus. But the friends that I made during the program like stayed throughout my 4 years. So yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you all for sharing. So talk about your recipe for success as an ADP student. I know a lot of you guys refer to making friendships, connecting with the staff. Like, what was your personal recipe for success to get through your college journey so far?
I think it took a lot of trial and error because, it's definitely all new, but as long as you got like some support through it, then you could definitely work through it. Again, everything is really new to us, so like everything about college, the academic work is a little bit different from high school, especially, because we are commuters again, definitely struggle to find like a campus life on campus, like at LaSalle. So it was definitely hard, but I think, time management and speaking with people and connecting to people on campus or support people on campus definitely helped me become successful on campus. So.
Awesome.
So like going off what she said, you know, it's hard because I'm not used to actually, I guess, asking for help. You know, I like facing it on by myself. That's something I had to change after, I think after a couple months on campus, a couple weeks actually. You know, you guys reach out to me. You know, at first I didn't want to meet because I didn't want to talk, but I actually decided on, you know, meeting. You know, y'all put in place, you know, plan with time management. I was bad with that. Actually asking for help, you know, using the resources. But once I start deciding to, you know, taking advantage of that, my academy profile, whatever, you know, it started, you know, being more good. You know, today I'm getting all good grades. You know, and I believe that's from actually connecting with the staff early on before it was too late.
Yes, thank you.
I think going off of what both of them said about meeting with the staff, and Anya and Teresa might attest to this, whenever I have any problems, I just go to them and just sit down and make a plan. Like, especially after my first semester where I was, like Yasid said, I was basically ducking, I was basically running away from you guys, not meeting with you guys. But then after the first semester, when I sat down with you guys, I realized that my academic performance started to get better after just meeting with you guys.
Okay, thank you. Now, if you can give one word of advice for high school students who might be considering ADP, what would it be?
One word. I'll say, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my word.
For me, it's probably, I don't know if this is one word, but hard work. Yeah, because it does take a little bit of work throughout, you know, college.
Okay.
About the ADP program, I think just a yes, absolutely just do it, because it'll probably be the best thing that you'll probably do on this campus prior to coming here. So I think it's just an absolute yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining me to talk about the ADP program. Definitely enjoy you guys in the program and love supporting you and all the rest of those students we have. So we are actually going to take a quick break. But when we return, we'll talk more about ADP as well as our partnership with AmeriCorps Next Steps program. Thank you.
Our story was begun by someone else. Our story was often shaped by generations before them. Our story was forged and maybe even defined by the experiences of our childhood. But it doesn't need to be. You can be the author. Learn how at numberstory.org.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hook to the dollar featuring on my mind. Return of the creature that crawler from the subway line. You're always keeping me waiting, keeping me waiting for you.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with our next set of guests. We have current student Susanna Mercado, who is going to be in the graduating class 2023. And we have our colleague, Emily Cruz Panetta, who is the AmeriCorps Next Steps team leader. Thank you both for joining us today. So I want to start off with you, Susanna. I want to ask you, how were you introduced to the ADP at LaSalle University?
I was introduced by a family member. She was also a part of the ADP program, and she recommended me to come and join the ADP program because it did help her, again, financially and supportive throughout her college career. And yeah, she just told me to like come sign up, and it was last minute, and I was very lucky to have come into this program because it did help me succeed.
Yeah, amazing. And just like I asked the last set of students, compared to the other programs that you applied to, why did you choose ADP at LaSalle?
I think it was a big part of my cousin who referred me, because she did tell me about her experience and how, again, financially it was very supportive, as well as my first time coming onto campus and meeting the staff. They were very welcoming and nice, and I really just liked the environment and the way they seemed to handle the program. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you are graduating in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So what would you say your recipe for success was as an ADP student?
I think having the staff check in on you and just always being there for a listening ear whenever you need them, and just always not being on your back, but like always like, you know, making sure that you're doing things that you're supposed to, like tutoring, and just meeting with you guys and going to class and making sure like you have everything handled, because coming into college is very like on your own. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes. So also, in addition to your academics, have you been involved in any clubs or organizations or any other opportunities that you've taken advantage of since being at LaSalle?
Yes, so I am part of the Reflect organization that was presented this year as an official organization at LaSalle. I'm secretary, so it's been very fun to join that. It's very based on mental health, and yeah, hopefully people get to hear more about it. And I'm also a part of the Next Steps, which is why Emily's here. So Next Steps is a program where you do mentoring and volunteering services, and then at the end of your hours, which you do have to do, you get a reward. So yeah, and then I'm also here helping ADP staff with other things as well. So
Yes. Well, thank you for all your work and your service to us and Next Steps. So it's a nice segue to you, Emily. So talk about Next Steps. What is Next Steps?
I think Susanna said it all. No, so Next Steps is kind of like ADP. We're a success program, a college success program, and we really want college students. We're aiming for Pell eligible students, and essentially that's first-gen students and students who don't have that support going into college. And what we want to do is offer them this opportunity, and we like to say a paid opportunity, right? Because you think community service and you say you're not going to get paid. But the cool thing about Next Steps is if you have work-study eligibility, you're allowed to use your service hours and get paid a stipend for that. So we ask our students to commit 300 hours throughout the school year. And what they have to do is essentially do an internship, or we call service placement, and they'll go out into the community and do that, which is a bulk of their hours. And on top of that, they get to do mentoring for 1 to 2 incoming freshmen, which is a nice way to give back. And then part of that, they get to develop in their own way by doing some professional development and training and getting to know other AmeriCorps members. So essentially AmeriCorps Next Steps is student support to make sure they have that in college.
Okay, awesome. What was your journey to get involved with AmeriCorps Next Steps? Like, what made you decide this is what I want to do?
Right, so after I graduated in 2021, I was like, I'm gonna take a break from like the career search. I'm gonna just kind of work, save up. And you know, you do that and you realize that's not where your passion's at and your skills aren't being utilized. And so I went back to my connections. I graduated from Arcadia. And I went back and I was like, what opportunities are there? And they suggested me to Next Steps. And so after doing a few interviews, they said, why don't you try out at LaSalle? And ever since then, it's been a breath of fresh air to be here and really get to see a different campus.
Awesome. And it's been a pleasure to have you with us. So speaking of that, how did this Next Steps partnership form with LaSalle, and how did you guys get connected to ADP?
Right. So Next Steps is at a few different campuses. We're at Arcadia, Cheney, Community College. And so at LaSalle, it had been here about like 5 years ago. And this was like our revital year. Like, we're going to bring it back to LaSalle and see, can it be a support for students on campus? And so I found out there was a group of directors who wanted to bring the program back, and Miss Teresa was one of them. And after I had heard about Miss Teresa's position, I was like, there's a lot of overlap. And so we just started talking, and we realized that it could be an opportunity to collaborate instead of oppose. And so since then, we just kind of been brainstorming ways to support the students of ADP and Next Steps.
Awesome. And for those of you who don't know, Ms. Teresa is our director of the Academic Discovery Program. So it's always a pleasure mentioning her and working with her. And that was great that you were able to connect with her in order to form that partnership with us. So what are some ways you've been involved with ADP this year?
Right. So one of the biggest things was you guys gave me a platform to showcase this opportunity to your students. And then I'd say one of the biggest projects has been the ADP library, right? So the textbooks and books that students use over the years for their college experience, if they can't afford them or just too expensive. I've been sorting through those books and giving them a home, and we're working to make that space a study room for the students so they can utilize that, which I think is great. And just working to do team building activities with the students.
Awesome, thank you. So I'll ask this to both of you, but I'll start with you, Emily. What are your thoughts about ADP? Now that you've been working with us closely, working with some of our students, what are your thoughts about it?
I think y'all are amazing. I think it's so amazing that LaSalle has this on campus. And I think the students are so fortunate to have ADP and to have you and Ms. Teresa. I think you guys are impactful, and just you care about your students. And that's what I've noticed the most, your care, your supportiveness. And really like what it means for students to have that resource on campus and extra support.
Awesome. What about you, Susanna? What are your thoughts about ADP?
Mine are similar to Emily. Coming into college, it was, although being a commuter and not staying away from home, it was still like a real big change. And when I first came, it was primarily white around the campus. So having the support of this program where there were, students like you who didn't financially have that support to come to college, it was nice to have staff like Miss Anya, and Miss Teresa, and then the previous before to just guide you and like let you know that like we're here for you, and regardless of anything, like you're able to make it and like be successful. So
Yeah. Are you able to describe any particular help that ADP has given you despite some of the challenges that you face as a college student?
I would say the emotional support, and again, your open door policy. Sometimes you guys are busy, but most of the time, like I can just pop into the office and either talk to you or Miss Teresa, and you guys are always open to talk no matter what. So I feel like during COVID and just during hardships of your college career, because college is hard, just being able to talk to somebody and having your guys' support and different resources you guys give to us students who may need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's always, I think that your help, in addition to, the support we give you, not only helps you, but it helps us to grow a good connection with you as well as other students. So thank you for being a great student that you are. So what's an advice that you would give a college or a high school student rather, who might be considering ADP?
I would say, even though at first the summer bridge program might sound like no, it really is an opportunity for you guys to have that first outlook on what college feels like and the campus around at LaSalle, and just being able to know your way around campus. If you are thinking about living on campus, it might be a real drastic change. So just being familiar with the campus around, also getting to know your staff and team building with the other students that you have around the program is also, I think, one of the best things that came out, because again, you're around students who are just like you, and you get to build friendships that last throughout your college career. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. And thank you both again for joining me today as we talk about ADP and Next Steps, which is an amazing program. And I want to thank our viewers for watching this segment of Exploring the Academic Discovery Program. If you want to learn more information about our program, you can visit our website, the LaSalle website, to check out our webpage, www.lasalle.edu, or you can send us an email at adp@lasalle.edu. Thank you so much.